Alright, so we've ran through the low tiers and the mid tiers, and now it's time for the big boys. No, not that one. The big boys, and girls, and frogs, and dinosaurs, you know, and yellow orbs that eat ghosts. High tiers, it's time for the high tiers. In our tier list, these are the A tiers. These characters could easily win a big tournament. In fact, some of them like Roy, Wario, Ike, and OLIMAR already have. Others are at least good enough to dominate strong competitive regions in the right hands. Shoutouts to Yeti farming the Land of Lakes with Mega Man and Wadi taking over MDVA with Rob. Hey guys, this is Keith Allen and I would love to connect with you on my Instagram. Hey, so shoot me a message when you can. So, you're gonna notice that this time around, we're gonna be talking a lot less about faults and problems. That's because these characters have many more strengths than they do weaknesses. You will also notice that A tier actually has more characters in it than any other letter. That's no mistake. That's a testament to Ultimate's incredibly sharp balance. Everyone is here and everyone is high tier. Let's start with MARTH, the Fire Emblem characters. These sorties have been terrorizing Smash since Melee. They've got hitboxes, guys, as big as Texas and great base stats to boot. Most Fire Emblem characters are fast in the air and ground, have good recoveries, and don't get comboed or killed easily thanks to their perfect weight. And MARTH is basically the embodiment of all these things. He can edgeguard well, combo pretty well, and can hold his own off stage or in the defensive. So, why aren't we seeing MARTHs everywhere? Because MARTH's tipper makes him a more inconsistent version of Lucina, so most sortie players play her instead. After all, hey, if you drop a combo or a kill because you don't get hit with the tip of MARTH's blade, you may lose the match. Now let's talk about the original MARTH 2.0, Roy. Roy was once an Echo Fighter of MARTH, but now he's his own teenage anime king. Roy is a less balanced MARTH, and believe it or not, that's a good thing. This fiery swordsman lives in advantage and excels when chasing kills. The foil to MARTH, Roy's sword, hits hardest at the hilt. And when Roy hits hard, hey, you know it because somebody just lost a stock. Roy has incredible kill power, potentially the best in the game. On top of that, this guy, he's got combos, he's got hitboxes, and he's got the speed and the tools to tech chase. While Roy struggles in disadvantage, even his defense isn't that bad. His up special has super armor, making it surprisingly good out of shield. Plus, his jab leads to so many combos and kills that it's dangerous to whip against him. This ain't Melee, guys. Hey, you can't sleep on the young lion anymore. So, if CHROM is Roy 2.0, does that make him MARTH 4.0? We're not sure how the MARTH works, but we are sure he's high tier. CHROM is like Roy to an even further extreme. CHROM has no sour or sweet spots in his sword, so there are times he could just take stocks with more ease than Roy. CHROM also has even more speed and his combos are even more reliable. However, CHROM's recovery is even more exploitable than Roy's. That said, CHROM's airspeed and quick aerials make his recovery better than you think. When CHROM entered the game, everyone groaned at the thought of another MARTH variant. Now he's one of the fastest, most dynamic members of the high tier. And then there was Ike. It's actually not fair to call Ike a MARTH variant. Pretty much all of his moves are different. Ike is his own man. Ike is high tier because Ragnell is as OP in Ultimate as it is in Fire Emblem. Ike's hitboxes are big enough to blot out the sun. Wow. And the hope of victory for lots of low-range low tiers. And on top of that, a lot of his moves kill early, do lots of damage, and set up simple strings. Ike really excels with platforms, and that let him chain aerials together and carry another character upwards and into another blast zone. Ike used to be an S tier on a lot of lists, but he's actually fallen because he's pretty slow and susceptible to combos. If he zones you with his hitboxes, he wins, but if you break through and combo him, he doesn't have a ton of options. He stays in high tier because you know what, at the end of the day, it's still pretty hard to shoot down this airplane. Now that the sorties have been covered, we're turning to gaming's robotic elder statesmen, Rob and Mega Man. First up is Rob. Rob has a ton of tools and neutrals. He's got grab combos and kill confirms. He's got projectiles. He's got quick, self-comboing moves. He's got a reflector and a raw kill option rolled into one side special. He's even got a great recovery and aerial game. Rob has just about everything you need, all at low cost of being easy to combo. For other characters, being combo food is a big deal. Rob is so heavy and recovers so well that it's not even as big a disadvantage as it seems. Alright, up next, ladies and gentlemen, is Mega Man, the master of mid-range. When some people watch a Mega Man play, they mistake the set for historical footage of World War I. This is because Mega Man plays like a war of attrition. Mega Man quietly works his opponents up to high percentages with his quick, disruptive range attacks and his dynamic aerials. They quietly work him up to high percentages too and think the game's even. But Mega Man is so heavy that he secretly got the lead. Mega Man also has the tools to get early kills using a long-range F smash to ledge trap or great arrows to edge guard. Like Rob, Mega Man gets comboed pretty hard, but he's heavy enough that it doesn't matter too much. Since we're talking about the classic characters of gaming, hey, we've got to talk about Mario next. Nintendo's true mascot has a lot to work with. He's got a good positioning tool in Flood, he's got solid recovery, he's got a reflector, and he has top-tier combo game. Mario can easily work with an opponent up to 60% off of one opening, especially heavies. Okay, fine, that works this time. Mario took his years of fighting Bowser to heart and is an absolute menace to heavies everywhere. His special and combos also make him surprisingly effective zone breaker. However, hey, he's out of top tier because he struggles against disjoints and doesn't have the best kill confirms. It's not his fault, he's just not used to a world where he can destroy his enemies by jumping on them. Okay, so Mario will be nothing without Yoshi. Without Yoshi's babysitting, this plumber would actually be dead. And how does Mario repay Yoshi? By footstealing him into oblivion. Well, Yoshi's had enough of it in Ultimate. Now he's the one smacking down the rest of the cast. Yoshi is one of the fastest characters in the air and has crazy power in all of his normal moves. Up tilts lead to up airs. Down tilts lead to jab resets, which lead to death by forward smash. Not only are Yoshi's moves quick and potent, but they're multi-hit as well, making them tricky to parry. On top of all of that, Yoshi's hard to kill. He has one of the best shields in the game because he doesn't shrink. Yoshi isn't top tier mostly because the meta presents him with counters. Ranged characters like Snake can zone him out. Combo characters like Pikachu use his weight against him. Still, hey, you better watch out because this green dinosaur just got done with babysitting and he's pissed. Now he's gonna show someone the big red boots. And then there was Wario, the stank man, the smelly boy, Big King Fart. Wario is a mess of hitboxes that will end you in one way or another. He has a very potent combo game and even stronger kill setups. Of course, I'm talking about WAF, the thing that takes his stocks at 60% or less. Wario's combo and kill games make him a very terrifying character that could take your stock at any minute. You've got to play carefully around him too. Misspacing a move on shield or whiffing will get you farted on. And you don't want to get farted on. It's so demoralizing, guys. Wow. It's like, you know it's a good move. You know you're not the only one to die to it either. But you still got farted on and it still stings. Anyways, like Mario, Wario has the stubby, like common to mushroom kingdom people. So he does get zoned out by certain top tiers. There's just one gaming ancestor left to honor, Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a full-on nonsense character that wins games by throwing fruit and fire hydrants at you. He has no business being this good. His recovery is super safe and hard to challenge. His ability to control the stage is almost unequaled, and his forward air combos are lethal at low percents. Pac-Man's forced their opponents to play a different game than Smash Ultimate, a game that only they know the rules to. Pac-Man mains keep learning more about their own game, adding new rules and getting better results. That's been slowly pushing him up tier list. Pac-Man can be beaten though. Pac-Man can make them play a standard game where they won't do as well. The top tier rushdown and zoners can apply that pressure by comboing or camping, or both. So if we're talking about short, weird characters that defy the logic of Smash, then we can't ignore OLIMAR. Before the patch, OLIMAR was top tier because his small hitbox made him hard to hit. When you whiffed, hey, he'd up smash you and then combo you for a lot of percent. Then he'd run away from you and forward smash you with a purple Pikmin to kill you from center stage. So if you don't like that, then you don't like top 8 Ultimate. Okay, so to be real, OLIMAR was seriously nerfed in patch 3.1 because he was so strong in the meta. Now he still has strengths that keep him a high tier. Namely, he does a lot of damage, he has good range, and has good kill moves. After the nerfs, he's easier to hit and has a harder time landing up smash. He's a lot easier to kill now, and that drops him to high tier. High tier is full of characters with weird mechanics. Pokemon Trainer, PT for short, is no exception. PT is really 3 characters, okay? Basically, one that's high tier, one that's mid tier, and one that's low tier. Together, they cover each other's weakness and become high tier. That's how it works, right? PT has one of the strongest game plans in Ultimate. First, they use Squirtle to build up damage with low percent combos. Then they switch to Ivysaur to land strong, fast hits that put an opponent at kill percent. Finally, hey, they finished the stock with one of Charizard's kill moves with added benefit of extra weight to live longer. Hey, it's just like an actual Pokemon battle. But PT can struggle when knocked out of that game plan. Sure, hey, they can escape combos using the Pokemon swap, but there's a trade-off. They can be forced to play Charizard for more than 5 seconds. But seriously, guys, it can put them on a Pokemon that doesn't fit the current scenario. Getting stuck as Squirtle on high percent or Ivysaur off stage is rough. Despite that, and despite Leffen's tweets, we're still putting PT at high tier. This is a team, guys, that can beat the Elite Four. Now for the more straightforward Pokemon. So true to the ninja in his name, Greninja moves quickly and takes stocks before you know what's happening. Greninja has great combos and kill confirms coming from their down tilt and drag down up air. They have really great movement and a good recovery too. Greninja's Swift's neutral air helps them when they're stuck in shield or on the defense. The end result is a Swift combo-based character that does pretty well in most matchups. However, Greninja can get zoned out and die early. Young Link, also called Yink, has a pretty killer combo game too. Yink is one of the most hyped zoners in the game because his zoning tools lead to follow-ups. Yink can shoot fire arrows at close and medium range, getting rewarded with a string of aerials. His Zair and tilts can also set up into other combos too. In general, Yink is one of the highest DPS Link and one of the highest DPS characters in the game. He's also short and has some good out of shield options, making his defense game solid too. However, hey, he can have a hard time killing an opponent. Since he's light, that's pretty rough since he's more likely to do to a random strong move with rage. Did someone say damage? Did someone say combos? I guess that means it's ZSS time. Right away, you're gonna notice that ZSS is really fast and hits hard. Samus is swole as possible. I mean, how else did you think she carried that armor around? On top of speed and strength, ZSS has great combo potential and a tool for pretty much all ranges. Her whip moves are great at mid-range, her tilts and aerials are good in your face, and her neutral special is solid at a longer range. She's not gonna rival Snake's range, but she's got at least one tool for everything. All of that makes her high tier. Hey, she could bump up to S tier soon with the way Mars plays her. However, she's not there yet. If you don't play her cleanly, it's easy to whiff a move with high end lag and end up hard punished. Given her low weight, that can mean losing a stock. So, we're ending the list with the newcomer. Ken hit the gym and got so buff that he went from low to high tier. What makes him so great? Combos and kill confirms. He received a ton of knockback changes on his moves, and now he can combo and tech chase like crazy. His kill moves are much more reliable now too. Couple that with the fact that he never had a ton of end lag on his moves, and he becomes an offensive juggernaut that's hard to punish. If you're a Ken fan, you might as well drop Street Fighter and pick up Ultimate. That said, guys, Ken might not jump to top tier, given that other top tiers could zone him, combo him, or edgeguard him. Alright guys, that's it for high tiers, the second best of the best. Up next, hey, we're gonna have the best of the best, the S tier. We've said it before, but it's worth repeating. Tier lists are opinions. This one is ours, okay? We try to base it off of a straw mix of tournament results, pro tier lists, community opinion, and just raw theory. If you feel like we've missed that mark, hey, tell us in the comments. We don't mind. We can take the heat. We got it. If you're interested in learning more about these awesome high tier and how they play, hey, hit us up on ProGuides.com. Once again, guys, this is Keith Allen, and if you want to connect with me, I would love to hear from you on my Instagram. Hey, we got some more videos coming out soon.